Let's talk about recruitment and not tokenizing our comrades. I'm talking to white folks who are involved in economic or social justice movements. When you look around the room and you see mostly white men sitting there and someone inevitably says, "Ah, yes, we need to recruit more X." To me, this is reducing potential recruits down to their gender, skin color, sexuality, etc. This is a form of turning others into tokens instead of comrades. Instead of looking at what they are good at, have to offer the group, their insights, or their political lines, we're only looking at their skin color, their gender, their sexuality, etc. to base our desire to recruit them. This is one way in which racism, sexism, and other negative isms are expressed within left movements. We don't need to point the finger at folks doing this necessarily. Sometimes we do. But what we need to do is we need to give them better questions to be asking. If you are lacking women in your group, your organization, or your party, instead of saying, "Where are the women? We need to recruit more women." Instead, try asking yourself this: what are we doing to fight for women? What are we doing to interact with women? Are we listening to women? Is our stance on women's liberation correct? And this seems to apply to people of color, LGBTQ, whatever oppressed class. One is looking around and saying, "Hey guys, there are no X here." And don't blame them for not showing up. There's reasons, and it's our fault. Yes, there are hurdles we have to overcome. In this country, we still live in a mostly segregated society. But this is a hurdle that we white people have to overcome. We have to analyze it. We have to address it. Not only are our cities segregated by skin color, nationality, and class, but culturally, even our homes are segregated. Where I'm from in the hills of rural northern Michigan, the men have men's spaces and the women have women's spaces. At my uncle's, for example, the men hang out in the garage, known as the man cave, and women hang out inside the house. This type of arrangement is common, but this segregation hurdle is something men must overcome, and not something to be put onto the shoulders of women or people of color or the LGBTQ community who face enough hurdles in our society as it is. So just to recap, again, I want us to say to ourselves, what are we doing for X? What are we doing for women? What are we doing for people of color? What are we doing for the LGBTQ community? Are we interacting with them? Are we listening to them? Is our stance on the issues they face correct? Reflecting, analyzing, and taking the appropriate measures to answer yes to these questions is how we can build more diverse organizations. Thank you all.